Hey Bloom Blossoms, welcome back to the 4th episode of PCS Profiles. Today we'll be covering the great state of Arkansas.
It's Arkansas.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Arkansas.
It's Arkansas. Remember we had this conversation last week when we were doing all the writing?
I thought you were just kidding.
No, I wasn't. Look it up.
I just tapped my phone on me. Hey Siri, what's the weather like in Arkansas?
It's currently clear in Little Rock, Arkansas, the United
See?
States.
I told you.
Man, I really thought it was Arkansas.
Marine Brat. Wait, is the camera still rolling?
One math fact about Arkansas.
The apple blossom is the state's official flower.
Wait, doesn't that mean that the apple is...
No, it's not a member of Bloom.
I wasn't thinking that.
Yeah, you were. Getting back on track.
Get ready to be racked with some abstract facts.
Here's Henry with the state overview.
Arkansas is known as the natural state thanks to its vast landscape of untouched trees, hills, mountains, lakes, and streams. Its state tree is the pine tree. In addition to forestry, major industries in Arkansas's diverse economy include tourism, transportation, and technology. The state motto is Regna Populus, meaning the people rule. That's a lot of rulers because the state's population is nearly 3 million. Famous Arkansans include Al Green, Johnny Cash, and Bill Clinton. For driving, you can get a learner's permit at 14 years of age, a provisional license at 16, and a full unrestricted license when you turn 18, among other requirements.
Thanks, Henry.
And now for some info on history and culture, here's Griffin and Catherine.
Arkansas, a name used by French explorers to refer to Native Americans living there, the Quapaw. That's why you drop the S at the end, because French isn't a real language, so it's Arkansas.
In 1819, it became its own territory, and in 1836 became a state, only to secede from the Union in 1861 to join the Confederacy. Their statehood was restored in 1868.
Not much happened in Arkansas until the Great Depression, when Arkansas experienced intense drought, which made the state turn away from their historic agricultural economic activity. Then, in 1957, the Little Rock Nine were denied entry into desegregated schools following Brown versus the Board of Education. As one would expect, nothing major has happened since.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Arkansas rests in the Sun Belt and the Bible Belt. This causes the state to be largely skewed conservative from the Deep South evangelical influence. Throughout the year, you can enjoy the Cleburne County Fair, the Ozark Folk Festival, and an extra day off on February 17th for Daisy Gats on Bates Day.
Wow, those facts really landed in my brain.
And speaking of land, here's Milena with geography.
Arkansas is located in the south region of the U.S. and it has a humid subtropical climate. Arkansas has a high level of precipitation. Due to its climate, Arkansas has mild winters and super warm summers. Arkansas can be so hot that one time it got up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, or 48.9 degrees Celsius, which is only 14 degrees colder than the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth. Just thinking about it makes me want to sit in front of a fan with an ice-cold glass of lemonade. In the northern parts of Arkansas, there are low mountains, deep valleys, and hills. This area is forest-heavy and has small rivers. In the southern parts of Arkansas, there are flatlands, lakes, forests, and prairies. There are also hot springs throughout Arkansas. Some notable natural places in Arkansas are the Ozark Plateau, the Arkansas River, the Wachita Mountain, and Mammoth Springs. Some of the major cities in Arkansas are Little Rock, which is the capital of Arkansas, Fort Smith, and Fayetteville. Little Rock is also one of the best places to visit for fun activities and sightseeing. There are plenty of amazing places to explore in Arkansas, so we put together a list here of places we think that you might enjoy. Blanchard Springs Cavern, War Eagle Cavern on Beaver Lake, Beatles Park, Garvin Woodland Gardens, Adventure Works Hot Spring, Lost Valley Trail, the Crater of Diamonds, Six Finger Falls, Magic Spring, Mildred B. Cooper Memorial Chapel, the Ozark Foothills Film Fest, the Louisiana Purchase Monument, Greer's Ferry Lifeboat Races, the 112 Drive-In Movie Theater, which is the last drive-in movie theater in Arkansas.
Wow, that little fact rocked my brain.
And now it's time to talk about the installations.
Although Arkansas has several National Guard bases, there are only 2 active duty installations.
Pine Bluff Arsenal Army Base is located in Jefferson County and was established in 1941 as Chemical Warfare Arsenal. Although it was used to produce weapons to match the rising intensity of World War II, most productions were halted by 1969 after the protests of Agent Orange.
Hey, is that as bad as Annoying Orange?
Well, today it stores chemical weapons under the guidance of the U.S. Army Material Command.
Near the town of Jacksonville is Little Rock Air Force Base, which was built in 1957. It was involved in the Gulf War, operations from Serbia, and operations enduring freedom and Iraqi freedom. Under the guidance of 6 Air Force commands, the base trains engineers, technicians, navigators, and pilots, as well as troops coming from the other 28 allied countries. And now, the moment you have, or haven't, been waiting for. The schools of...
Come on, say it.
the fine state.
Yeah, what's its name?
Arkansas.
Oh.
Arkansas!
Arkansas is ranked 40th for education. The Arkansas Activity Association oversees high school athletics including baseball, basketball, bowling, esports, football, golf, soccer, softball, sprint, swim and dive, tennis, track and cross country, volleyball, and wrestling. Other non-athletic activities include ACTAA, ARJSHS, Arkansas Scale USA, band, orchestra, choral music, chess, FCCLA, FFA, quiz bowl, scholastic press, speech, debate, theater, student council. The Arkansas School Band and Orchestra Association oversees marching band, and there's also an NICA League for all of you mountain bikers. Near Pine Bluff Arsenal, the only public high school is Whitehall High School, home of the Bulldogs. Whitehall is decently sized with over 900 students and a 15-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio. The nearest public high school to Little Rock Air Force Base is Jacksonville High School, home of the Titans. There are also several private and religious-affiliated schools near both of these bases if public schools aren't your thing. Back to you, Matthews.
And now it's time for Top 5 with our special guest for this episode.
My name is Avery and I've lived in Arkansas for the past 2 years along with 2 times before then. So I really love the history of Arkansas. It's one of my favorite things. I always like to go look at the history before I move somewhere. And it's got a really rich history. You've got the civil rights movement is really important there with the Little Rock 9 integrating in Central High School, which is still in operation. So that's really interesting to go see, and I really love the history that Arkansas is built on. I also really love the sunsets in Arkansas. No matter how hot and humid, cold and rainy it is, there's always some sort of pink, orange, and red out there. So it's really great to see that at the end of the night. I really love the outdoors in Arkansas. There's a great mixture of hills, lakes, flatlands. You can go on the river, you can go outside and hike. There's a whole bunch to do, and it's especially nice in the fall. I really love the community that Arkansas has. There's more people in Los Angeles than there is in all of Arkansas. They're typically very accepting, and that's great for military kids who are moving. And finally, there's a surprising amount of things to do in Arkansas, and I really love that. So there's the Walmart Museum, because Arkansas is the birthplace of Walmart, and you've got US's only diamond mine, so that's really fun. You can go look for diamonds on your own, and if you find any, you get to keep them, but I cannot promise you'll find any. I never have. So there's tons of things to do. Even though it doesn't seem like it, there are tons of things to do, even outside of where the base is. So those are my 5 favorite things about Arkansas.
And now it's time for some fun facts with Bennett.
Alright folks, it's time for some more fun facts. Let's hop into it. Now let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Why is Arkansas, Arkansas, but Kansas is Kansas? Well, get ready to be frustrated because the words come from the exact same source. The only reason it's Arkansas is because of the French settlers who lived there and, I don't know, hated consonants or something. Thanks, guys. Anyway, Arkansas is also home to the only active diamond mine in the country right in Pike County. So, grab a shovel and start digging, guys. Coming back to the whole name thing, it is actually against state law to mispronounce Arkansas. Okay, you're not going to get thrown in jail or anything, but there are actual laws stating how to correctly pronounce it. That's strongly discouraged calling it anything else. Finally, Arkansas is the place where the mighty chain store you see that back thing? Think about what that's called, and add Mark to the end of it, was built. Let's just say, if you meet anyone with the last name Walton while you're there, try and be their friend, please. Anyway, that's it for me, down to the conclusion.
Thanks, Bennett. That's some pretty cool... Wait, what are you doing?
I'm fulfilling my civic duty. I must report you to Arkansas authorities.
Wait, don't you remember that they said you wouldn't get arrested if you said it wrong?
Oh, he did? I was out getting smoothies during that part. Here, I bought you one.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, I guess.
No problem. Arkansas is a unique state with deep roots and a cultural background stretching back before our country was born.
Its woods and mountains provide a tranquil and beautiful natural experience. And although there aren't many bases, the 2 active duty stations are crucial to the maintenance of our armed forces.
Thanks for joining us for PCS Profiles. Remember to comment below all your suggestions, additional tips, and corrections, and write to us at pcsprofiles@gmail.com to share future tips.
Also, don't forget to, I guess I can't do this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Also, don't forget to follow it on other Bloom-related content.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, I did.
See you next time.
Bye.
I'm leaving. Bye.
No, I didn't say bye to you. Matthew, come back. I'm ready.
To refer to Native Americans living there, the Quapaw. That's why you dropped the S.
That's because I adjusted the frame. Jeez.
And now the moment you've been waiting for.
As one would expect, nothing major has happened since.
Arkansas.